Touhou 14 Double-Dealing Character. Wakasagi Hime is a normally timid mermaid that lives in the Misty Lake. She gets stronger when she is in the water. Sekibanki is described as a Rokurokubi by Zoom, though it is difficult to narrow her down to one species. She is able to detach her head and it will fly around and shoot at her opponents. She disguises herself as a human and lives in the human village. Imaizumi Kagero is a werewolf. When she is a human, she probably lives in the human village. However, on nights of the full moon, she can often be seen in the bamboo forest of the lost as a werewolf. She doesn't seem to like how hairy she becomes as a werewolf. Tsukumo Benben is a Tsukumogami of a biwa. She became a Tsukumogami through the power of the magic mallet. She had to discard her original biwa in order to maintain her sentience after the power of the hammer wore off. Tsukumo Yatsuhashi is a Tsukumogami of a koto. She became a Tsukumogami through the power of the magic mallet. Like Benben, she too had to discard her original instrument, a koto, in order to maintain her sentience after the power of the hammer wore off. Kijin Seija is an Amanajaku, which is traditionally considered to be a type of Oni. Seija was responsible for the events of Touhou 14 when she convinced Shin Myomaru to use her magic hammer to support Seija's plans to overthrow society. She likes what others hate and hates what others like. She is most well known for her ability to flip things. Sukuna Shin Myomaru is a Kobito, which are a race of dwarves from Japanese mythology. She appears to be the size of a small child when she uses the magic mallet, but like traditional Kobito, she is only a few inches tall when the power of the mallet wears off. Horikawa Raiko is unlike the other Tsukumogami from Touhou 14 in that she became a Tsukumogami through one of the traditional methods of old age and use, though she did gain a lot of power from the magic mallet during the events of Touhou 14. She is also the one who found a way to prevent the Tsukumogami created by the magic mallet from disappearing, which she taught to Benben and Yatsuhashi. I will now introduce characters that appear mainly in the various print works. First, from various different print works, Ieda no Akyu is the current reincarnation of the child of Miyare. She has the ability to not forget anything she has seen. Every 100 years, the incarnation of the child of Miyare writes what amounts to a survival guide for the people of Gensokyo. Although because Gensokyo is becoming a safer place, this may be her last incarnation. Every time she reincarnates, her lifespan becomes shorter, but she maintains memories from her previous lives. Wild and Horned Hermit. Ibaraki Kasen is a hermit that lives on Yokai Mountain. She has the ability to communicate with animals and keeps many pets. She keeps her right arm wrapped in bandages. It seems to have some sort of supernatural ability, though its true nature is currently unknown. Curiosities of Lotus Asia. Basically the only humanoid male in the Touhou series, Morishika Renosuke is the half-human, half-yokai owner of Korindo. He has the ability to determine the purpose of any object, though he can't necessarily determine how to use the object. He rarely actually sells any of his items and likes to collect objects and books from the outside world. In the fandom, Renosuke is the only humanoid male that has had an official appearance in the Touhou series, so he is often paired with any of the other characters. There is a muscular version of him in a loincloth, which is referred to as Manosuke. Tokiko has no official name and has only appeared once. She is a yokai possibly based on the ibis. She appears to be fond of books. Tokiko usually only shows up as a background character or a visitor to Korindo when she does appear in fan material. Silent Sinner in Blue. Watatsuki no Toyohime is the older of the two Watatsuki sisters. Toyohime lives on the moon in the lunar capital. She and her sister are responsible for defending the moon and training the lunar defense forces. The younger sister, Watatsuki no Yorihime, is more serious than her older sister. She has the ability to summon gods and their powers. Many Lunarians were suspicious that she might be a traitor, but she disproved this during the events of Silent Sinner in Blue. There was a rabbit that tried to escape to Earth from the moon. She was discouraged by Erin and went back to the moon with a message, and was ultimately adopted by the Watatsuki sisters. They gave her the name Reisen. She is a replacement for the other Reisen that ran away from Gensokyo. Fans will often call her Reisen too in order to not confuse her with the original Reisen. Forbidden Scrollery. Kosuzu Motori works in a bookstore in the human village. She has the ability to read any book regardless of what language it is written in. She collects yokai books and has been talking with Mamizo a lot, though she doesn't know that Mamizo is actually a yokai. There are two characters that appear repeatedly in Zun's music CDs. Usami Renko is a human in the outside world. She is close friends with Maribel and they spend a lot of time together. Renko can determine the current time and her current location by looking at the stars and the moon. Maribel Hearn is a human in the outside world. She has the ability to sense and sometimes even see Gensokyo. She and Renko work together to try to find a way into the strange world that Mary can sense. In the fandom, her similarity to Yukari has led to a lot of speculation into what relationship they may have to each other.